So, given your background in what we now call Americana, it perfectly sets up why Americana music news would be covering the Rolling Stones. And you probably better than anybody can address the country side of the Rolling Stones.
Absolutely, it's. I feel like to the uninitiated, the Rolling Stones have such a reputation as the amazing rock band that they are, but they're a great country band. The Rolling Stones were a strong country band, and that gets overlooked by a lot of people, and some people scratch their heads and look at me funny when I make that claim at times, and may question my sanity. But I'll back it up with some of those great records. And we, as BR549, tried to emulate some of those country songs that the Rolling Stones did, and we wanted to make a record that sounded like Let It Bleed. We wanted to make a record that had that grittiness that the Stones had, and kind of followed their lead. And so, yeah, I don't discount that one bit.
Yeah, country honk was a revelation to, I was a young man in Chicago. I was like, what is that? I like that.
Right, exactly. It's strong. It's really strong. And it's I guess if you step back and you think about these young British guys trying to do American blues, it's not a big stretch for them to try and do some Hank Snow songs or some country, like good old down-home country songs. It can sound a little bit through a filter, but same as them trying to do Muddy Waters. I'm sorry.
Well, there's probably a Muddy Blues out there.
Muddy Blues.
Yeah, he played Muddy Blues. So, given your two hats, one the role here and the role also as a musician, does this exhibit have a special resonance for Nashville?
Oh, absolutely. So the Rolling Stones played in this very building a couple times, once in 1965 and then again in 72. And of course, have appeared through the years at other venues here in Nashville. So, of course, like I said, with the kind of one ear to the ground on what was happening with country music, they're music fans first and foremost. So they're hip to what Nashville's putting out, and they keep up with it.
So the Musicians Hall of Fame is very cool. I've always enjoyed coming here. I especially love, I guess, what I call the storefront, seeing the front of Sun Studios.
Yeah.
Just amazing stuff. And yet, I kind of envision this exhibit as being much smaller, just because you've already got so much stuff here. How did it get so expansive? Do you knock down some walls?
Well, we've got 80,000 square feet to deal with in this building. And as we opened, just to get the doors open, we had to start with one section. And so we knew we had all this room to expand. Then when we paired with the Grammys a couple years ago, that was a big draw to them, was all the space that we had available. So we built that out and did the Grammy Gallery. And then when the Rolling Stones came knocking, we had this space here. And again, you're thinking, oh, that'd be cool if the Stones sent a few guitars. We built some kind of little exhibit. There's over 500 artifacts here that are Stones, just Rolling Stones related. So it's a massive traveling exhibit. And the collection that the Musicians Hall of Fame has is massive. So since we represent Stax and Motown and Muscle Shoals and the Wrecking Crew and Philly and Memphis and all these great iconic instruments and items, it's such a perfect fit for the Stones to be here.
That's great. And I had a brief conversation with the curator of this, who apparently has traveled with it, and she would not be pinned down. So I'm going to see if you can nail the question that she just kept sidestepping. What when you walk by in the exhibit to you is sort of the most breathtaking? I can't believe we have that here.
Well, that's like asking somebody what their favorite song is or who your favorite kid is. It's you're going to have a different answer in this exhibit than I'm going to have. I walk by and I see some of the sketches for some of the stage get-ups for the different tours, the specific tour stages, and it kind of catches me. It's something I don't really think about, all the work that goes into building a tour and setting it up and taking it on the road. Somebody else is going to come in here and drool over Keith Richards' Black Les Paul that he used on those specific recordings. Somebody else is going to geek out over Charlie's drum set. Somebody else is going to be hip to all the clothing. So that's the beauty of it. I am sidestepping your question by answering it with the fact that every person that walks through here will have a different answer.
What is wrong here? Is it Is it federal law?
Help.
Federal law not to be able to say this is my favorite thing in the exhibit. This is a new experience for me. I could spend, I guess, 12 minutes badgering you, but I will just watch. I will walk through the entire exhibit myself.
You have to answer that question for yourself and let your listeners know.
I'm looking around just the wall. I'm over there. There's this 1981 American Tour poster. And I remember that so clearly because that is also the postcard you got if your name had been picked from a lottery and made you eligible to be at that concert. So in New Jersey in, I guess, 81, I saw Tina Turner open for the Stones. And the first time I'd ever seen him. And so that's near and dear to my heart.
Are you talking the one with the car?
The car,
the
yeah,
drawing
yeah.
on the lower part of the wall there?
That's
Very
it.
cool.
It really, I'm sure those listening to the podcast appreciate the strong and vibrant colors in that too.
Yes. Look at that. Just imagine how that comes across through your speakers.
So anyway, it's great fun. I'm going to enjoy this for the next hour and a half. But thank you for sharing your expertise. It's been a pleasure talking with you.
I wish I had some expertise to share with you, but please come anytime and visit us again.
Thank you. That was great.